all part of the plan.
Mike Dixon here, Joker Tech, coming at you with another video. This video is in response to Brian, who is a subscriber and a friend of the community, and he had a very valid question. And his question is, how would you compare to your Galaxy watches, Mike? And I gave us a lot of thought since he wrote that, and here's a few things. First off, I'm getting new band. The comparison, again, this is what I found. Apple Watch was my first, well, it actually wasn't my first watch, but it was started of recent. I had the Apple Watch, and as time went on, I found the Apple Watch to be boring in plain English. The features I could not get really into. I heard so much about the Gear S3. And before I actually got the Gear S3, I had gotten for a deal from last Black Friday, 2019, a bunch of accessories, because Samsung was throwing everything but the kitchen sink in when I got my wife's Note 10. So I happened to get the which is over there. I didn't bring it over here, but the Active 2, and I found that that grabbed my attention. The software in the Samsung watch was definitely it caught my attention. I liked how it operated. I liked how it looked. I liked having a round watch. See if I can change the face. Will allow me to change the face. And look at that watch face. I mean, that's pretty sharp. Okay, you can't get that on an Apple Watch. And the other thing that I am a huge fan of is Samsung Pay, and these watches were capable. But what made this one special, the Gear S3, is it had the where it was the magnet reader. I cannot remember the term, and I apologize. But basically, this had everything a smartphone would have to be able to do Samsung Pay, whereas the Active does not have. So if you come across one of those readers that people say, oh, it ain't going to work, and you just turn your wrist over and swipe it over, it'll work. It will work. And so I could make payments. And then we're in the age of the COVID and the pandemic, and this became a more important feature. I could, and I have, left my phone in the car, ran into a convenience store, picked up what I wanted, and paid with this very watch. But the downside to this watch, to Samsung watches, is Tizen operating system. They work on the Samsung software that is not Wear OS. So you are tied basically to what Samsung has to offer, and what really was the sticking point to me is the messaging. I like Android messaging. I try to live on the Samsung messaging app, and I really did. Month and a half, almost 2 months trying to live with it, and I just could not get into it. Not to get on a different tangent, but basically this could not do Android messaging. I would have to use the Samsung's messaging app. So it makes it hard to say use this watch and the messaging. You couldn't get the messages from another phone. This needs to be working properly. Again, just in my mind, with a Samsung phone using Samsung's software. This was the kind of the downfall for it, and that's what kept me going. I really want a Wear OS watch. Here is Wear OS, and as much as everybody hates Wear OS in plain English, that's the only way I can put it. It's no love for it. For me, as I said in my video, I'm weird. I am just a weird guy, that I find that this particular watch really works good, and Wear OS now really works and makes sense. And one other thing, yes, I do like tracking how many steps more of a curiosity, and just to, you know, the health aspect. Samsung Health is pretty good. The Google Fit is okay. I tried to get my wife, and when Will was still on an Android phone, mostly the Note. I think he had a Note. You could compare, you could team up, you could compete against each other, sort of like you get this closing of the circles in an Apple Watch. I don't know if this has this capability with the Fit, and I'm not really too interested in getting into that. But what works for me is this is almost a Pixel watch, as I may have not said before. Extremely clean OS. Again, I've been able to respond to messages and emails and whatnot like I had my phone strapped to my wrist. That's how I feel. I did a lot on this. This is sticking around. This watch, as long as I have a Samsung phone, will be sticking around. I like this watch. I like the Active too. It is extremely light. This is really a heavy watch. Comparing the two, you can see this one's just a skosh. This one's a skosh thicker. The Samsung, the rotating crown is really nice, I will admit, but you still get the same effect. And this is how you can scroll through all your stuff. Where this rotates here, the crown, the side switch. I don't know what you want to call this. I guess the crown. I'm not sure. I apologize. Anyway, I'm getting out. Brian, the difference. Tizen software versus Wear OS software. Works great on my Pixel. Works probably great with any Android phone. This would work great with Samsung phones. Not taking away. Yes, could you use it, both these on iOS if you wanted to? As I said in a previous video, I wouldn't use this on iOS, and I wouldn't use this on iOS. Could you use this on another Android phone? You have to download their app and or various apps to get it to work. And yes, it would work, but I find probably you wouldn't get any of your messages. Would I be picking up phone calls? I don't know. I haven't tried that out to switch phones and get this to work on that because it's all set up for my Samsung phone. So I don't want to be really getting into that. There's the difference. I've fallen back to clean OS, vanilla Android, whatever you want to call it. So that's why I really like this. This is a really great watch. Again, here goes my Fossil Sport piece of junk. We have had a great leap going from this piece of junk to this really nice piece of hardware here. This is Mike Dixon, Joker Tech. You like today's video, give it a thumbs up. You're new to the channel, subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next video. Mike Dixon, this is not Simply Device. I can't get over that. Trees are facing up right. Looks like we're doing okay. Okay, and 3. Great, my chair just broke.